You're watching my favorite channel on the globe, on the circular round thing that we call Earth. And I'm here to answer some 33 burning questions. We got in the live chat a true account who's a real person, and he says, Justice for Jonathan Majors. And then he says, this comment. He writes another comment. There's another comment being written by somebody 8 minutes ago before I went live. And he wrote another comment. This person wouldn't stop writing comments and more comments and looking for some sort of, I don't know, anything. Here we go, though. But hey. Now this person goes down and learns that my first question is about Chris Evans. What would be a fair punishment for leaking Chris Evans in Deadpool #3? I would love to answer that. Here's the thing. I don't think Chris Evans' secret, when he was on set for 2 days, was exposed to too many people. They did a good job of keeping that hush hush. I most certainly did not hear Human Torch would be back. Maybe I did hear it, but I heard it along with other stupid things that didn't come true, so I'd probably ignored it. If you were to leak this, so you got to lose your job, of course, but you also have to go to court. When movies take it that seriously, you say that you cost us this much money, and your involvement in leaking it makes us lose money. It sends a word to anybody who gets leaked. Anybody who's going to in the future leak something, it sends the word not to do it. All you got to do is scare people off day one on set. Hey, last time we had a movie called Deadpool 3 and Chris Evans' spoiler was leaked. He went to jail. So while we're here in Falcon Brave New World, you guys better not reveal that Chris Evans is in this movie as Captain America, or else he'll go to jail. It happened the first time. So, is there too much Marvel homework? No, there is not too much Marvel homework. We got to end that rumor. That's bull. And then this real account answers yes. Shout out to you. Let's go to number 3. Would you rather be saved by Vision or by Scarlet Witch? Listen, if I'm being saved by somebody, it's like, who is it? Am I being held by a woman and she's flying and there's magical hex around me? How spooky is that? Do I want that, or do I want Vision? Nice and sturdy, made out of a vibranium synthezoid. He'll probably have the answers to everything. Also, probably cool to talk to. Now, he's not a person. He's a sentient thing, but he's not really a guy. But that doesn't matter. I'm just trying to escape this burning building. Or there's a super villain gone wild in the city, and he's helping me get to safety. Vision's my guy. I just don't want to be saved by Scarlet Witch. As Ross Menthriel Zinthos, and she's all, whipping things around. I get hit by something black. Is that going to leave a mark? Oh, like, I don't want Scarlet Witch saving me. Nope. Compared to Vision, no. And then the true account says Vision. All right, good to know we're on the same wavelengths. Where's the safest places in New York City? There is no safe place in New York City. Really, like, I saw Spider-Man whipping around in the suburbs. I saw every bridge is every single bridge is a problem. So that's probably not the safest of the 5 boroughs, if that's what we're asking. Staten Island. So no, Spider-Man Homecoming. They were in Staten Island, and I think that is where. No, they're not. They were not in Staten Island. I'm wrong. They were in Beds. They were in Staten Island. Let's just go with the safest borough. Where's Central Park? Manhattan? Yeah. Central Park. That's probably the safest place. All this nature. There's no villain concocting anything there. No one's hiding. You're probably going to have like normal people who are wanting to mug you and stuff like that. But nah. No, Avengers Tower doesn't count anymore. Number 5. Where does Photon rank on Ms. Marvel's list? Captain Marvel is her most favorite character. But Photon, she probably just met her. She knew who Nick Fury was. And she was much more happy to see him. I don't think this one movie and this one adventure with Monica, because she was too busy being goggle-eyed at her mentor or her dream role model. I think that Monica might be number 5. She's done so much fan fiction with Thor, Cap, and Iron Man, plus Captain Marvel. That's 4 people that she loves so much. I'm going to give her number 5. Maybe even number 6 if I count the Hulk, who she's got to love. And why wouldn't she love Black Widow also? I don't think Monica did enough. Photon doesn't rank very high on her list right now. Three after Nick Fury. Shout out to AI. Number six. What was Banner hiding in India for? Speaking of the Hulk. In the beginning of the Avengers film, Black Widow was on her super spy mission and she found the Hulk up in India. What was he eating? How was he blending in there where everyone's skin was a bit darker than his is? What was he doing there while he was there? Was he doing any research? Was he really just focused on inner peace? Because he did have an answer to the end of the movie. I'm always angry. And he punched up the Outlander. It wasn't called the Outrider. Jatari. What was he doing all the way over there? What's up, Rosales? What was he doing all the way in India? How was he spending his days? Was he making friends with the kids? Because it was a kid who kind of got him out all the way to where he got to and Black Widow found him. So he was doing community work for sure. Let's call him a teacher. He was teaching, yeah. But doesn't he? What was he teaching? Math. Math is universal. He probably taught math. Indians do speak English. So, yeah, there we go. Math. Missionary work and positions. Shut the front door. Number 7. What did Odin think of Captain America? Odin would have died in Ragnarok. So, probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he probably learned something in Ragnarok about all of his friends. They knew who Jane Foster was. Both of Thor's parents knew who Jane Foster was. They knew who Captain America was also. And he probably had a good opinion of him, but he was puny. Probably didn't think he was worthy, even though he was the one who put the enchantment on the hammer. I don't think Thor or Odin thought Captain America was worthy. What did he think of him? Probably thought he was just a cool dude, but nothing more. It's a surprise that he was able to do what he was able to do to Thanos in the fight, according to Thor, because Thor thought low of him. That's what I'll give him. Let's go to question number 8. What is Ant-Man still good for? Nothing. You couldn't defeat Kang, okay? The rat that got you out. I'm at question number 8. We're being joined by Chainsaw Reacts.
What up?
Nobody was going to join me. I was just going to race through all of these questions. I'll rewind a couple. When Banner was in India at the beginning of the Avengers, my man,
Like,
what was he
why?
in India doing? What was he spending his days on? Like, how was he doing in India?
I think he was specifically just like just staying like laying low, maybe doing research on his condition. Obviously, there's nowhere he could really do research properly, but at the same time, he's probably like, I'm trying to stay away, trying to be helpful, like a teacher, but also like avoiding. Because I mean, even though it's not, it's weird because it's like this version of Banner never met anybody else until he started talking with Natasha and everything in the Avengers. But the assumption is that there's already been some stuff in regards to Ross and everything. So he's like, I'm just getting away, trying to lay low. I mean, he was hiding essentially. So I think that's what he was really doing ultimately. So
Number 7, what did Odin think of Captain America?
I don't know. I mean,
Your audio is low.
oh, I don't know how.
I thought that was me, so I just bumped up my volume. I didn't think it was you.
Hold on. My audio is at max. I mean, I could
Wait,
talk louder, I guess. I don't
bring the
know.
mic closer. I don't know.
It's right here. It's like right here. Hold on a second. Let me look. Oh. Yeah, it's already set on my microphone. I have no idea.
Is it a Blue Yeti?
Yeah,
Move the gain.
on the front or the back.
It's behind.
Let me look at this.
Just a little bit would do.
Hello, hello,
I don't notice a difference.
hello,
There, I
hello.
noticed a difference. Yeah,
Okay, you hear louder or okay?
louder. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. I don't know about the. I don't know. I don't think Odin ever met Captain America, so I don't know. Did he?
Nah, they never met, but he had to have gotten some information on who his friend was.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I guess, but I don't know. I don't think about that kind of stuff. Like Odin, Captain America, unless they would have met, maybe. But you know, the better question is, what did Thor ultimately think of Cap? Because Thor knows that Cap picked up the hammer and everything, and the whole. So, what does he really think? Like, does he think that Cap truly is more worthy than him? Because Thor was even questioning his will with Mjolnir. So,
Thor was a bit jealous. She was a bit of a jealous
oh, I mean, in Age of
Guardian.
Ultron, it's obvious the way he like nudges it. You're like, yeah,
Yep. Yep.
yeah, yeah.
Thought he was worthy. Okay, is that the opinion? Is that the opinion we're going for? Number 8, what's Ant-Man still good for? Listen, bro, we have you, Ant-Man. You can do your powers. We have Wasp. That's
Mm.
2. Scott, or not Scott, but Hank Pym has it also, and so does his wife Janet. We know that your little kid can do it too, and she's younger, and she's like a little bit more. She has more future. She has years ahead of her. We can lose Ant-Man. This guy can die. He can be the spark in the next Avengers movie.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, because they introduced his daughter, even though I don't want to go down the whole rabbit hole of them recasting her from Endgame. It's so stupid. That's one of those things I hate with a passion. They recasted uh, his daughter from Endgame to Quantumania, and the actress had to find out via the Disney Day presentation she wasn't coming back. Like that is shitty. Sorry, that is shitty. Uh, I could see it. I mean, like people like Paul Rudd, but I get your point. But also, I think killing Hope makes more sense, especially the fact that she's in out. She's kind of step away from acting, so just take her out. I think you
Again,
keep.
by the way, stepping away from acting one more time.
Well, I mean, I don't even know about all that nonsense. I'm just saying, if she was truly done with acting, bring her back for a couple scenes in Doomsday and kill her off, and just say, okay, we're done. Because also that would be a major impact on Ant-Man, a major impact on everyone surrounding her character, and then that ultimately maybe affects the Avengers because now Ant-Man is not like he's done, right? He checks out. Like so that could cause a major problem with whatever plan they have against Doom. So it could affect them winning, and that's why Secret Wars happens. So I don't know.
Number 9, what are Stephen Strange's hands still good for? Bro, Ant-Man, Stephen Strange's hands. These are just dull, meaningless little things that we don't need in the universe anymore. Stephen Strange, what can he do? Can he even pick his nose properly? Can he hold a cup? What can he do with his hands? He can't do surgery.
Yeah, I mean he used them for spells and stuff, right?
Yeah, but he needs magic. What we're just talking about base level Stephen Strange hands, where he's got no sling ring and there's no training or mysticism that gets his hands right. When he just take off that sling ring and the cloak is gone, everything, all the magic is gone. What can you still do with your hands? Because you can't paint, brush. You probably can brush your teeth, but you wouldn't be doing it on purpose. But you'd be shaking and stuff. There's certain tasks that this man's hands are good for, and his hands are not good for. His hands his hands can't. You can't cook. You cannot cook. Deal with fire and flame
Yeah.
and heated. Nope, none of that. Stephen Strange's hands are cooked.
I don't know. I did something I just never thought about. I don't know. Because then again, we haven't really seen a lot of Strange, anyways. Like it's mostly just him being
Nope.
the Sorcerer Supreme. Like there's no. We only really saw him as Steven in the first film. Everything else since has not been Steven. It's been Doctor Strange, which I get it because he's the character now. He's evolved. He after the events of Endgame, I get it. But maybe the third film, which sounds like it won't be like this, maybe should step it back, show him outside. But then again, with Clea and everything at the end, it's like, okay, we're doing an incursion movie, so whatever. So
There was a
I don't know.
clear answer. Dancing.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
dance with Clea. Yeah.
What happened to Donna? You asked this last time, and I don't know the answer to that question. I
Who's
think it's like one of
Donna?
those internet jokes. I think it's one of those like Candace. I think it's one of them. You know the ones.
I guess. Oh, I never heard of that. Oh.
Number 10. When was the last phone call Mahershala took from Marvel?
Now that's interesting. That's the one I want to know. Well, it's also funny. What was it back in June or July? His own lawyer or like something like it wasn't a publicist. It was like his representative or something said this is ridiculous.
It is.
Um, I would say he still takes the calls, but I would say it's probably not good phone calls because the fact that he took the Jurassic World role recently because of the fact they're not moving forward with Blade, and he was expecting it to be moving forward, and it's still not.
His schedule is super available.
Yeah, so I think he literally was really hoping they were going to figure this out this year, and they may still, but not in terms of filming. But if they don't, I don't know, man. At this point, I think Mahershala needs to step away. But also, I think the whole thing had even come about it. Mahershala was one who came to them about Blade. They didn't have plans for Blade. So I think that is the biggest problem. They didn't have a plan for Blade, and then Mahershala shows up. He wants to play Blade. They're like, well, we can't say no, but you can't figure it out. So it goes to show that either one, they just can't figure out Blade, that's hard to agree because they've done so many things right in the MCU and projects. Not saying all of them have been a 10 out of 10 amazing, but it's all been planned out for the most part. And now all of a sudden they can't do this. I mean, come on. It's kind of ridiculous.
If he does not continue, then that means the movie isn't happening. The franchise isn't launching, and that's it. So he has to stick on for that reason, or else we don't get Blade, which is a bigger mistake. I'd rather have a slow Blade. I'd rather have a disrespected actor and a screenwriting that Bo DeMeo was on it and 5 other people after him have been on it. I'd rather have that movie finally come to fruition than to hear Mahershala Ali left. We don't have Blade plans anymore. Sorry, man. You know, that thing with Eternals, that little voice that you heard, that'll lead nowhere. That'll be another one of those plot threads that we don't tie up. That's just going to be, and I don't want that. I want the Mahershala Ali Blade to happen. The last phone call that he had with Marvel, it was probably him saying, I am doing a Jurassic World movie. Look, it's going to be in movie theaters next year. Am I filming this year? Let me know now. Am I filming in 2024? No? Cool, boom. I'm going to start filming Jurassic World.
Yeah, because he's not under contract, right? He might have signed a contract to play the role, but there's probably no extension to say he has to be available. Because like they have to get these actors' schedules available for shooting. Like
for sure.
they're getting top billing in regards to their schedule. So the fact that they don't have a plan, and I think if they cut Mahershala Ali, like they cut this project, it's gonna come back after the multiverse saga is done.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna be with Mahershala. And honestly, at this point, I would love Mahershala to be Blade. But if they cut this project and say Blade's gonna be announced within 5 to 6 years after, this time, like we're cutting it now. It's not going to be Mahershala. It's going to be a younger actor in his 30s, and they're going to have Blade for the next 10, 15 years.
That's why it should have never been Mahershala. At the same time, he is that guy who's like the Oscar award-winning actor.
If they would have got this rolling in 2021, 2 years after the announcement, yeah, he could play Blade into playing older Blade like Wesley is. Oh. They could have done that. But the problem is, it's too late. And look, even if they start it next year, they start filming it next year. By the time the movie comes out, 2026 at the earliest. And then when are you going to slot into Blade 2? Where's Blade 1 even going to release? And how does Blade fit into the multiverse? Like, that's the funniest thing. If they announce Mahershala Ali is playing Blade in Doomsday or in Secret Wars, then okay, he'll stick around. But if he is not in either, because the Blade movie is not going to come out before those movies at this point. I don't believe it. So if he's not in either of those movies, it's done. There's no Mahershala Ali as Blade.
I think you're right. I think the way that you want to advertise Blade or Mahershala Ali's version of Blade. If you want to advertise that, make it known. Make him be put in the highest grossing film of the year, which will be Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. Those are definitely going to be the biggest movies. You got to let people know who he is. And then we can launch the Blade solo movies afterwards. Kind of like how Spider-Man Homecoming and Black Panther, they were both after Civil War, where we got to see them and they were introduced to $1 billion
Civil War. Mm-hmm.
So the same thing. You want to make Blade a movie, or you want to make Shang-Chi a thing, you probably should have introduced them first in a movie everyone's going to go to see Iron Man and Cap. Yeah. This sucks for Mahershala. Every actor hates having work lined up with the biggest studio on earth. I don't believe that. You're being sarcastic. No,
that's not true. I think that's why they're laughing emojis afterwards. He's not being specific. But they pay, I mean, if you're a top billing actor like Elizabeth Olsen, she's like, yeah, I definitely love to come back because she got a fucking big paycheck for WandaVision and Multiverse of Madness alone. So, of course, she wants to come back. Yeah, the scheduling is ridiculous because Elizabeth Olsen admitted, like, yeah, the scheduling is ridiculous. When they shot Infinity War and Endgame, it was a lot of time she had to take out of her schedule, but she got paid a lot of money. So, you shouldn't really complain. You're getting paid. So,
Number 10, true or false? Deadpool 4 will happen. True. It's not gonna happen soon, but it will happen. He said that I can't do it again. My wife won't let me do it again. So he can't really put all that, because he's a producer also, all of that care into a movie. But what he can do is, after a couple years, all that money he spent on the fun, stupid stuff he spends it on, he goes, fine, guys, we'll do a Deadpool 4. Someone else will write the movie. And that's how it's going to go. You think it's true or false?
I think it's going to happen. I think it makes sense after Secret Wars. Like because I think what they're doing, as I've kind of said it for a couple of years now, that they're going to do what they did in the comics, all new, all different, where it's a mixture of reboot, but also continuation of an old universe to this. So I think it's really going to be some characters that are going to continue after Secret Wars that have been established, and we're going to get new iterations of characters. So you're going to still see Sam as Cap. You're probably going to get a new Iron Man, a new
like Robert Downey won't play Iron Man, but it'll be Iron Man.
It's gonna be, they're going to have a new Iron Man because the essentially think about DC.
No, I know.
Yeah,
I know they can. I get it. I understand how it would work. It's called Secret Wars. All the universes won't exist anymore because of incursions, and then a brand new universe will exist that you can do anything in that universe.
Well, I'm thinking too. I don't know what your connection is to, say, the Arrowverse, but the way they covered Crisis was all the Earths were destroyed, and then they were basically brought back, or they were erased, and they were. So I wouldn't be surprised if they confirmed that Earths are destroyed, but then we have one singular focused Earth, but then the multiverse is still a thing, but it's not a focus moving forward. But that explains how we have some characters and actors continuing and some others that are not, but it's new people continuing those roles. So you do Deadpool 4 at that point, after that. And it's Ryan, obviously. And maybe that's a way to bring back Hugh Jackman, because the rumor is for a while that Hugh's going to continue as Wolverine. And that's been, that report came out like a little bit ago, about they're going to do X-Men, but Hugh Jackman's going to be the MCU's Wolverine, but he just won't be like a main focus, but he's still going to be around. And that coincides with that rumor that after Secret Wars, all new, all different, we're going to have Hugh Jackman still running around as Old Man Logan, but we're going to have a new Wolverine, but he's going to be Old Man Logan, a different version that's still around. So you could do Deadpool 4 like that. So
what does Anzo think? Anzo, is there going to be a Deadpool number 4?
Absolutely. It made over $1 billion. Yeah, there's definitely going to be a Deadpool 4.
Oh, yeah.
It's as easy
especially
as that.
with it crossed 1.3 billion.
So it's 1.3 now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Will we see T'Challa? A new T'Challa, says Tommy. I don't know what you mean by new T'Challa. Do you mean just a new actor playing T'Challa, or do you mean a brand new character from another universe? Because I just want T'Challa back. I don't want any. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I don't want any. Oh, look, that kid that they introduced, now he's older. That's T'Challa. No, that's not T'Challa.
No,
I don't want any. Anzo, you hear that? Hey, Biggerford.
I didn't say nothing. I heard you.
I thought I heard you say something. No, he didn't say anything.
No, not a word. Nope.
We've got a comment down here from Brother Stark, and he says to recast King T'Challa. What do you think about what he just said right there?
About recasting him?
Yeah,
we're gonna get it T'Challa for sure.
T'Challa. All right, I see what you did there. Number 12. True or false? Killmonger has said Wakanda forever. This is true.
Yeah.
Biggerford?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, yeah, it's easy. He's being told all these bedtime stories as a kid. Oh, you're gonna love where we're actually from. Really? Wakanda forever? Yeah, he probably said that at school. People don't know what he's talking about. That guy said it. Now, was it when he became the king for like a day? He probably never said that stuff once. He just like, hey, do that.
No. More as a kid, you know what I mean? When his father's telling him the stories, probably saying Wakanda forever, and they're saying it together as a bedtime story, you know? Okay, now go to bed now, Killmonger. Yeah, he said it.
Yeah.
He's like, Eric. I don't think it's Killmonger. It's Eric. No.
Yeah, Eric.
And Jadaka. That was his name. Number 13. True or false? Ironheart deserved to keep the suit. Wakanda forever, you know. They told her, you can make a suit, you can fight for us. Now they won. She was a successful piece in victory, and she couldn't keep the suit. Does she deserve it? I still say false, because the agreed terms were, you will make this suit using our resources, and then you won't have it in the future. I don't care how good of a job we did. I know how we won. that doesn't mean that you get to keep the stuff. So we're fighting for secrecy. So no, you don't get to keep the material.
She does. Yeah, she has to find her own path, which is what the show was supposedly doing. We don't know because it ain't here. So who knows? But yeah, I get your point.
And it makes for an interesting story because she gets to make a brand new suit in the new show. We need her to lose the suit. She didn't deserve to keep it.
No.
Your turn.
I mean, at the end of the day, no, she didn't deserve to keep it because, like you said, but it's not like, Falcon doesn't have vibranium running around there. We have Bucky's arm running around vibranium down there. So they could have let her keep the suit.
It's Ironheart. Fuck their suit. I guess we're all kind of in agreement here. Number 14, true or false? Black Widow can play hockey. Super spy, very formidable. We know she's athletic, but that's a skill, She probably can skate. She probably knows how to ice skate, learned that in the Red Room. But can she play hockey?
No.
She can skate, definitely, but she
can skate, but no. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not like a beginner's luck sport. You just do. That's she can skate. We'll give her that, but this is false.
Yeah, just anyone because you can skate don't mean you can play hockey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're being joined now by the Jaded Fanboy. Question 14.
Hey.
Your face is being covered. Number 14. Do you think that Black Widow knows how to play ice hockey?
Well, she is a spy. I mean...
And a Russian.
Well, no, as a Russian, she probably wouldn't know how to do gymnastics or stuff like that. No, I'd say she wouldn't know how to play hockey.
Well, look like we're all there. We all look like Russians can play hockey, says.
They can. Yeah, they can. But I just don't think she can.
Well, I mean, heck, if you can lose to the U.S., how good can you be?
I'm just thinking, did Canada lose to the U.S.? No. Not recently.
No, but I believe we have lost to the U.S. and to Russia in the Olympics. Yeah,
it's happened, but it doesn't happen.
No, it's rare. Yeah, 100%.
Where are we at now? Number 15. All right, I'm gonna say this is false about trailers giving away too much. I think they tried too hard to be secretive, and there's like a lot of plot we lose out on. I want to know more about the movie, and they kind of like, for example. And it's one of the next questions about Joe Locke playing Wanda's son. That actor never admits that he's going to be playing Billy. He's not going to be playing.
I think it's a misdirect. I think
about Joe Locke's character. You think that's a misdirect?
Yeah, no. I think him. Like, I think they're making it obviously a misdirect in terms of people think, oh, who he's playing, but because they're really playing it up like, oh, we know who he's playing, but it's real. It's not. Trailers, they've revealed some stuff, but like not to the extent of like, oh my god. The one thing I think of is the Deadpool and Wolverine final trailer. That's the only thing that they probably should have not showed, was that supported role, not a cameo, because it's more of a supported role. But that's the one thing I can think of recently that they did. They're like, oh, like I loved it because they were going for like a more serious, dramatic trailer versus all the other ones, which was like bonkers and silly and over the top. But I get it, but at the same time, because the way the scene plays out in the movie theater when you're actually there sitting, they're playing it up. She's walking from the shadows, but everyone already knows that she's in the movie. So it really ruins it. Because everyone else is like, oh my god, that person. Oh my god, that person. Oh my god, that person. Oh, yeah, we already saw it in the trailer like a week ago.
I think the Eternals trailer, I'll use that against you, because the Eternals trailer told us nothing about who these people were and why I should be interested at all. There was one line about Thanos, one little line about that, and that was it. You guys got to do a better job of conditioning.
That's a different discussion, because that is bad marketing. You're talking about trailers giving too much away. In that instance, they didn't know how to market that movie, because it's a very different kind of MCU film, and to be honest, there isn't really a lot to show. A lot of it's just talking scenes. So there wasn't really hardly anything they could do besides showing you a lot of the action from the third act. And then, just showing you a bunch of new characters you've never met before. That's different because that's bad marketing. That's why I think that film underperformed, I think, because of the bad marketing, plus also when it came out. But ultimately, that's a different discussion. Spoiling, now, if they would have just showed all the bigger stuff, then, yeah, they're spoiling shit, but they didn't have much to work with. unfortunately, on that
Well,
instance.
I don't want to segue, but yeah, they did, because the whole point of the Eternals was to establish the
Celestial.
Celestial, and it was to go. We're now entering a new phase of the hierarchy of the MCU. That was the whole point of the Eternals, was to introduce, that. So that should have been. I agree with you that they did bad marketing, but to say that they didn't have anything to work with, that's not really true. They did. They just didn't apply it.
So I actually disagree. I think some trailers do show too much. And a perfect example I'm gonna say is The Crow, the new one. I went to go see that movie, and all the good parts that they seen in that movie were in the trailer. Everything, like, so I was like, yeah, you guys shouldn't maybe have showed too much on that.
I didn't know the
I think
Crow was in
sometimes
the.
they do.
When was the Crow in the MCU?
Yeah, it's
What
the
happened?
MCU burning question.
Yeah, what happened? Yeah, what happened to that?
No, hold on. You said trailers though, so I was just like, okay, all trailers.
Okay, you're
Yes.
right. You're right. I didn't say just trailers, but it's implied that the stream is the Marvel stream.
Yes, well, I'm just using an example. Some trailers, some of them do.
Well, yeah, it's fair. You can use examples. I got you. I'm not gonna. But
But
look,
if you want to say Marvel, no, I think they do a good job of hiding certain things, right? The Spider-Man with the two ones, they hid that pretty well. I mean, we all knew because it was online. But, when I went to the theaters, a lot of people in the theater that probably aren't online like we are had no idea. So when they showed up, they lost their minds,
and those fans are just as valid as we are. They're the paying customer just like we are. Now, we're locked in. We're going to see every Marvel movie. Those casuals, maybe that memory and that they'll remember the feeling that they had. That may convert them into being that super fan. The same way what we were hooked when Hulk said, "I'm always angry," and he punched the freaking thing. Or there's moments that hooked us that like we're not going anywhere. So, why are you laughing at that, jaded fanboy?
Well, no, because it's like that wasn't an example that applied to you. So that's why I was kind of laughing.
Joe Locke is playing Wanda's son. True or false?
I don't think so.
I have no clue who's Joe Locke, and
he's in Agatha all along.
Oh, you mean in the TV show? Oh,
I mean, it's coming up in a couple days. It's due, and Agatha all along has a casting for Joe Locke, and it just says teen. He's playing teenager, so I think that it's true. He's playing Wanda's son. Who else could it be? Chainsaw was saying it's a misdirect. What do you say?
Okay, I don't see. I wouldn't even say it's either, because when is it? Wouldn't this be taking place before Wanda even showed up in the first place?
I thought this was happening after the Wanda.
It's after.
Yeah, it's
okay.
after.
So even if it's happening after, the kids aren't real. She doesn't have the kids. So why would he play a teen being Wanda's son if at the end of the movie she didn't have the sons? They weren't really real.
I got you.
I mean, if they're gonna actually apply that Wanda actually has the teenage twin sons, I would love to hear how they're gonna pull that off.
Okay, answer this fan question. True or false? Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. will make a return.
False.
I hope not.
I would hope so, but false.
I know that's not the answer you wanted, Tommy. You probably wanted everyone to go, yeah, sure, agents, let's bring her in. Chloe.
I would like to.
Yes,
but I'd also like the Hulk smash Hulk back too. That ain't gonna happen either. So
I'm right there with you.
Question number 17. Only one Eternals member is called an Eternal, right? We got the Avengers, and Spider-Man says, I was an Avenger. So would you say I'm an Eternal, or would you say I'm an Eternals? No, we're not answering that one. You guys all laughed at the question. It's stupid. It is stupid. No, it's stupid. Don't worry. There's 33 of them.
I'm sorry. That's actually a damn good question.
It's good?
It is.
Eternal, I guess. Because they are eternal.
So. Yeah, I would say eternal too.
Yeah, I would have to say that they would have to say they're an Eternal.
it feels weird to say I'm an eternal when
it does, but they would have to.
Sprite can die, can't she?
The comment. What a stupid question.
It's not a stupid question, actually. Like,
And then she was supposed to return in Secret Invasion, but they scrapped her return. You talking about seeing Sky?
That's never been true. Just rumor.
I would take her, but there's a lot of thought that got to be put into it. But you have a fan base. You have thousands of people who watch that show. Maybe even 1 million. I don't know the exact number. Maybe 1 million people who know who she is and know who the supporting cast of that show is. Use them. 18. Wolverine swore too much. False.
yes, true.
False.
Well, yeah, considering his history, even with the Logan movie, I'm sorry, you don't just suddenly go, oh, because I'm in a Deadpool movie. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That would be like saying, did Johnny Storm swear too much? Yeah, I think so. Because again, you don't spend decades of his character and then suddenly he's in one movie because it's Deadpool and suddenly he's allowed to swear because he was holding it back all that time.
Kind of a good point. You might have just changed my mind. I'm 50-50 on it. It's like all of a sudden you got a rated R movie and these guys can swear, but swearing felt appropriate.
But he swore in Logan too, though.
Yeah. And the swearing felt appropriate.
Again, I'm not saying him swearing is not bad. I'm not saying not swearing. It was he swearing too much? It's like, yeah, I think he was.
Chainsaw.
It depends, because I feel like this version of Logan, they established he's not the same one we've been following or a version. Mm-hmm. So it's very different. So, I mean, yeah, in the Fox films, he didn't swear a lot, but that was probably a different Logan. So who knows? Because this Logan lost everything, right? Lost everything. He's wearing a suit because of him being told constantly before they all died that he needs to wear the damn suit and be an X-Men, and he rejected it. Now he's in a really dark place. They made it very clear. I don't blame him for getting angry all the damn time and cursing. That's just who he is. But if they set it to where, okay, this Wolverine, he's kind of like the ones we've seen before, then it would kind of feel out of place. But,
number 19, the TVA was better in Loki. Someone else answered this one. I don't know how I feel.
Okay, but the TVA always sucked. So the better question was, the TVA sucked less in Loki. How's that?
Yeah, fine. Did the TVA suck less in Loki?
True.
Okay.
Yeah, TVA was better in Loki. But I think because they had a lot more to do with them in Loki, right? In Deadpool and Wolverine, they were pretty much like just side piece, you know.
Yeah, they were just tacked on.
Yeah.
They were more an excuse to even have the story. They were more of an excuse to have whatever story it was that movie had, as opposed to actually serving a purpose.
Being something, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
TVA was better in Loki?
Well, because it was actually utilized.
Okay. You answered. Let's give it up to the man swigging a drink. Is it true that the TVA was better in Loki?
I just don't even care either way. Because what
could we have done differently?
I've only seen a season 2 premiere of Loki. I know what all happens in the show, but I just didn't care to continue watching it. So
I'm the same way. I thought Loki, any time travel shows are always weird and useless to me.
Well, not even that. I just didn't care to continue it. Like season 1 was just crap. Like the finale was okay for season 1, but like I just didn't care. So
I kind of agree with you.
And plus, it's awkward to watch Jonathan Majors, the whole situation with that. So it's like, why do I care? Because it doesn't matter. It was already done. I just don't give a shit. Oh, it's like whatever.
No, I agree with you. Season 1, a lot of people cap for it like it's so great, and it really wasn't. It really wasn't. It was.
Female Loki Sylvie was cool, but like it was clear, just like a lot of Disney Plus MCU shows, they might have a good concept on paper. A good kind of rough outline of the show, but executing it and stretching it out for 6 episodes, which it's clear that story they were telling was not 6 episodes long, and not even full-length episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
It felt like it was more about Sylvie than it was actually about Loki. that first season. You know what I mean? And then
which makes sense because you're introducing a new character and her whole connection, and she's like the villain at the start. But I really that could have been a film. Sorry, 6 episodes was a waste. It really was. So
yeah, I agree. Like that's one of the problems with a lot of the shows is that they're literally 3 or 4 episode length shows, and they go, how do we stretch it out to 6 or 8 episodes? That's the problem.
Yep. Rejected movie scripts. How long would you wait in line to meet Iman Vellani? Jay, did you have the chance today? Because she was at Eden Center at 6 p.m., which is why I wrote this question.
I wouldn't have cared less. Why would I care about even meeting Iman Vellani? Like, why?
Okay, right? I'm the same way. I like her. I like all the actors. They're all cool people. I'm not waiting in line to meet you at some event so I can see. And she was signing the comic that she wrote, so that was cool. At least you got something in return. So I think I would wait 5 minutes of line just to be like, oh, hi, man. Thank you for the new comic. Good to meet you. I'm Killmonger on YouTube. What do you think about recast T'Challa? Put my video camera in front of her face. Just say yes, right? Hey, if something happened to Kamala Khan, you would be okay if they continued the character, wouldn't they? I'd probably like stick a camera on her face just to get her to say, yeah, I would be. And we can use that. Like I'll tweet it next time. Yeah, that's about it. I don't care to meet her.
The thing is that, not to name drop, but I met a bunch of comic book legends, and I wouldn't stand in line to meet Stan Lee again, so I'm not going to stand in line for her. So.
And I went to Comic-Con one time, and DMC from Run DMC was there.
That's a different DM.
Yeah, I was like, man, I should get an autograph from this guy. And then I heard he was charging like $50 for it. I was like, yeah, I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm good.
I met enough people that if you're charging for your autograph, I'm not interested, really.
As a celebrity, I would love to have a lineup and look like I'm high profile instead of charging way too much, and I only get like half of the customers.
Mm.
Was that it? What was the question again? It was about how long would you wait in line?
0.
I have other people I want to meet over her, so it's fine.
That question is not about other people. The question is about Iman. She's in your town, and it's time to meet her. What do? You go, it looks like a long line. I don't want to be in line for 20 minutes. No, or do you go?
I got nothing against her. I think she's great as Kamala Khan, but I'd rather sit at home playing video games.
Bro, I wouldn't even go down there. I'd be like, oh, she's here? Yeah, oh, okay. Yeah. That's nice.
Now, if I was already at a con or something and she's there and the line's pretty short, sure, but I'm not like seeking out to go meet Iman Vellani.
Thanks.
Just not.
Which is why I did not go to the mall at 6 o'clock p.m. today, and I'm not going to do that for any actor. Go ahead, Jada. You want to say something?
Well, I would wait 10 minutes in line, and then I go, oh, wait a minute, it's you? Oh, forget this, and then walk away.
You're the worst, and you would. Number 21, a character most likely to eat the dogs.
Oh, my God.
Marvel character. You can't say the Crow. What's a Marvel?
I wasn't going to.
Probably a villain.
Oh, Wolverine.
Who's that? Who did you say?
Wolverine.
Wolverine would never eat a dog.
Malekith.
Why not? He goes feral. He goes back to his roots.
Hella.
They actually hella eating dogs. Yeah, I'd say Malekith. He's a freaking elf or whatever the crap he is. So yeah.
High Evolutionary would eat a dog.
Because if you eat a whole.
I hope that actor is not a Haitian. I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
Why would the High Evolutionary eat a dog?
Because that's what he thinks about, like the place of these animals,
the totem pole of everything.
You know, the hierarchy.
Yeah.
Okay.
The hierarchy of power is about to change.
Black Adam would not eat a dog.
Well, he's not in the MCU.
Thanos, maybe?
Thanos would eat a dog. Venom would eat a dog.
Yes,
yeah, for sure.
That's the best answer, Tommy. Yes.
That's the best answer. Number 22. How many sorcerers are left? We know that Doctor Strange is there, but Wanda took care of everybody over in Kamartaj. Wong lost his girlfriend, but he's still there. We have America Chavez, who's still around, and we know she was practicing with a school. So I'll even count some of the students. There's 100 sorcerers left all over the world. London Sanctum, Hong Kong Sanctum, 100 sorcerers.
That sounds about right.
Wanda
Yeah.
did a number.
But I have no idea, but I'll go with 100 with you.
But again, you're talking about trainees. You're not talking.
Just agree with us. Just be the fourth person to say 100.
Yeah, it has to be different.
Maybe three or four.
There's
Actually,
four sorcerers? That's not.
For
But that's
sorcerers, not trainees.
so. Then who would be the four?
Well, it would be Doctor Strange, his girlfriend, right? The girl that's gonna, I forget her name.
Charlize Theron, Clea.
Clea, Wong, and well, Baron Mordo still. Baron Mordo didn't really die.
He's alive.
He's alive, so I mean, there's like four, and maybe a fifth one just to like throw something in as a future character.
And
Again, they're the only sorcerers that exist.
what was the black dude's name? He's still alive.
Baron Mordo.
Oh, that's him. Okay, yeah, he's still alive.
Yeah, he's still. I mean, he died in the alternate universe. I think. Well, he didn't even die in the alternate universe.
But I'm gonna be a little bit different, Joe. I'm gonna say 99 instead of 100.
Okay, Bob Barker. Answer this one. What can Thor get out of therapy?
A date with the therapist if she's hot. That's about it.
You'll get a date, yeah.
But that's about it. He's like, what's he gonna get out of therapy?
Nothing.
He's had so much trauma. He lost his home. You know, there's the weight loss stuff, the drinking that he turned to. Come on, he'll get a lot out of therapy.
First of all, that whole "I lost my home" thing was resolved because Asgard is a people, not a place. Remember?
You're
So
so
that's
negative.
been resolved. His drinking. What are you talking about? The guy drinks. Like when you had fat, lazy Thor, that was resolved by what? A 1 second, a 1 minute chat with Rocket, and then meeting his mom, and then he was fine again. What does he need therapy for?
I think life is the greatest experience. Experience is the greatest teacher. And he's 1,500 years. What is the therapist really going to tell him he doesn't already know? What can he get out of it? I mean, maybe some of you guys are joking, but you could be serious. Like you'll get a date out of the therapist.
That's about it.
What are they going to tell you didn't figure it out on your own?
I mean, I forget what the line exactly is in Infinity War, but he was telling Rocket about his life and everything and where he's at. I think he's had plenty of time to talk about his shit. So, you know.
Unless his whole childhood was rainbows and roses.
Which it wasn't.
That was the whole point of the Thor movie. He was basically a spoiled little brat.
Yeah,
he'll probably learn how to deal with the loss of people who die constantly. Why be friends with these guys if they're just going to become the dead? Maybe the Warriors 3 was the Warriors 8 at one point, and he kept losing friends.
Yeah, but again, with his mentality, dying in battle is a good thing. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, you go to Valhalla.
And they're all warriors. Why do you think when he decided to fight the Ice King, he smiled because even if I die, I'm going to Valhalla. I don't move.
Shoot, this is a hard one. What can Thor get?
Nothing.
Chainsaw?
I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, I don't think there's much they can get out of him. He's already went down the path of Endgame where he basically drank himself and ate himself to the point where, you know, I don't know where else you take the character. I think with him having whatever her name is, Gore the God Butcher's daughter with him, I feel like
Love.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question.
Let's go to
though.
24. How did you enjoy Deadpool versus Wolverine fighting?
Amazing. Loved it.
Yeah, we got 2 fights out of it. It was cool. He kind of built it up, though. Deadpool looked at the camera. And he's like, you guys are going to love this. And he probably shouldn't have done that because you set the expectation really high. Just let us enjoy it as it happens. But still, it was a good fight. I think, aside from how he began it, it was a good fight in the first one. And then in the car, we get to see them fighting for another few hours. And there's blood everywhere except for the clothing. It was all right.
Yeah, it was a good fight.
I liked it. Jaded fanboy, of course, you loved this fight. It was a good amount.
The problems with the fights were that they were pointless. They served no purpose. They were eye candy. So if you wanted to see a fight just for the sake of seeing a fight, then fine. But in a movie, there has to actually be a point to the fight. Like
you're kind of right. Their point was they were upset with each other. They just met with each other, and they had a difference, and they resulted in like stabbing and killing and all that stuff. Because
at the end of the fight, they went, okay, we got out our anger, I guess. We can go back to doing what we were doing before the fight. Like the fight against all of the Deadpools. That was hilarious. They all die, and then once the last Deadpool dies, they all decide. I'm watching them going, what's going to happen when they just get back up again? Oh, they just get back up again, and the fight was meaningless. So it's like whatever.
Good question for you, Jaded. Hold on. Good. Well, go ahead.
You go. Ask the question.
Well, because you said that the fight is pointless, right? But you watch buddy cop movies and they do that stuff all the time. So I don't think it's pointless. I just think it was something they had to do to resolve their issues. Like think 48 Hours, right? Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte had a fight, and then 2 minutes later they're back doing the same thing. So it's the same kind of thing.
Well, what was the basis of that fight? The basis of that fight was because he said that Nick Nolte's character was racist, and they wanted to get that. And Nick Nolte was going, no, I have to keep you down because you're a con, and I have to keep you. And there was that tension that was built up throughout that movie. And then
but it wasn't racist though. It wasn't racist though.
No, I'm not saying it was. That's what Eddie Murphy's character was saying. He goes,
it wasn't about him being racist. It was about him not telling the truth, right? Because he said, remember, he's like, he put his gun down. He said, you've been lying to me this whole time. So that's why they fought.
I thought you meant the other fight.
No, I'm talking the fight between Nick Nolte and Eddie Murphy. So. Yeah,
they did. The fight where they were on the street, and he was after they got. We're segueing. Killmonger doesn't like it when we segue. Sorry. Oh, it was after the fight when he goes, okay, I did good in that bar. I deserve a gun. And then he goes, yeah, you're right. You do. And then he takes the bullets out. And then he hands him the empty gun. And then Eddie Murphy's character turns around and throws the gun. And then they have that discussion.
And he says, yeah, right. Nick Nolte says, yeah, you've been lying to me this whole time. We're going to settle this here and now. And then he sucker punches Eddie Murphy, and then they start fighting.
Yeah, but if I remember correctly, Eddie Murphy was also establishing the fact that he was going, why are you knocking me down all the time? And why are you always knocking me down? Why are you always keeping me down? Why are you doing that? And he always assumed it was because he was black and he was racist. I don't. And Nolte goes, well, no, that's just the job.
No, I don't recall any of that.
Okay.
Number 25. Does Ant-Man know that it was a rat?
No.
I don't think it matters.
I think it matters a little bit. I think he needs to know that why he left. Maybe he checked the security camera footage afterwards, and no, he just think it was time for him to leave, and it just happened to be 5 hours. 5 years.
Yeah.
Oh, Felicity chimes in on your guys. See, that's why we gotta let you guys talk. She said that you are right. The convict was lying his ass off, and he could have told Jack the truth.
Yeah. Because he was hiding the money in the car, and that's what he wasn't telling Nick Nolte, is that he was hiding the money in the car.
A convict was lying about the money he stole and wanted to keep it? Wow, that is so out of character for a convict.
It's not about being out of character, though. It's about, they fought because Nick Nolte thought he was lying to him. Well, knew he was lying to him.
He knew he was lying to him. Well, yeah. Because he was a convict.
That was the fight. So,
question number 26. This is about the box office for Deadpool and Wolverine, which has reached over $1.3 billion. I just checked it.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. That's huge, and it doesn't look like it's stopping to grow. So, did you ever expect it? Because I didn't. My estimations were it will cross 1 billion and it'll get to 1.2. It's in 1.3 land, and it may even get higher, which I don't want to get higher. You know why?
I don't think it's going to get much higher.
You don't think it'll get much higher?
No,
See, here's my
because
beef. Here's my problem. This movie down over here, Black Panther, the 18th highest grossing film. I like being able to say it's a top 20 grossing movie of all time. But this little effer, Deadpool and Wolverine, is catching up to Black Panther. And so that's why I need you to stop making money, Deadpool and Wolverine. You know, you can make $48 more million.
Go look at the past weekend's box office. How much did it make this past weekend?
And see like what that means.
Like, yeah, how much did it just make this past weekend?
The domestic weekend it just had was 3 million. So yeah, they're about done.
Yeah. So and plus Transformers 1's coming out, which a lot of people are saying is good. I know this is very different demographics, but movies that are coming out the next couple weeks, it's gonna just keep chipping away. That's why, like, trust me, if there was nothing coming out for the next like month or so, then like anything significant, then I would say, yeah, this film potentially could hit 1.4. It's not likely. I think with it just being the highest grossing R-rated film of all time is good. That's where it needs to be. It doesn't need to keep breaking records and stuff. But I mean, I'm not surprised. Like once I saw how good it was, I'm like, yeah, this is going to beat Joker. It's going to beat Joker. And I think it deserves to, honestly. So
I agree.
Yeah.
I saw that movie.
I saw Joker once, and I'm like, okay, never again. I'm good.
Facts.
I'm good. That's why I think the sequel is pointless. I know we're going off track here.
Facts.
But it's pointless. But yeah, it's good they made 1.3.
The point of the sequel is to make money. So as long as it makes money, that's all that matters.
Last question for you, Chains. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say last question for you because you got a dip. Is what's your most anticipated 2025 film? And it's MCU. Is it Thunderbolts? Is it Fantastic Four? Maybe it's Falcon New World. What's it called? Falcon.
Brave
it could be
Brave New World.
Blade. Is Blade still happening?
No, it's not. No.
The movie is called Captain America, New World Order.
Of course.
It's got to be Fantastic Four. Just based on the aesthetic, based on the cast. It like to me, like look, I'm curious about Thunderbolts. We'll see what happens. Brave New World or whatever. Like I'm excited for that because I like the tone of it, and they're going back in that going back to like the Winter Soldier kind of feel, and at least the marketing it is. But Fantastic Four all the way because this is Marvel's first real attempt because it's all been Fox, and Fox just dropped the ball every time. Yeah, sure, those 2000s films were fun and they had a certain tone to it, and they weren't horrible, but they're still not great movies. You can have nostalgia for it. That's why everyone lost their minds when Chris Evans came back as Human Torch. But it doesn't change the fact that those films are bad. So I'm excited to see what Marvel does because Kevin Feige's been waiting for this for decades because he worked on this Fantastic Four films. He knew they weren't great, but he still went ahead and he worked on all these bad films, all these good films under Fox and shit and Sony. And then once he got the rights back, you knew he was going to go in a direction that was different. And this is what he's probably been waiting for this to finally happen. Because he was kind of hoping before the Fox buyout that Fox was going to just give the rights back or it would lapse so he could get the rights back. Because Fox was like, because I don't think Fox was ever going to touch Fantastic Four again after Fan 4 Stick. I think they were done with it. So, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's Chainsaw, everybody. If you guys want to go check him out, that's his channel.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
I'll have you on one more time on another one of these 33 Burning Questions streams.
One more.
And I'll see you, on Wednesday on your channel?
Yep. Yeah. Is it this Wednesday? Are we confirmed this Wednesday? Is it this Wednesday? Yes. Sorry. Well, no, it's next week.
It's next week Wednesday? Shit, I was going to show up on Wednesday.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right, man. Thanks, man. See ya.
Take care, man.
See ya. Thanks.
You guys want to answer this one too? Most anticipated?
Absolutely. It's Captain America all day, every day. We got the real Captain America movie coming out.
Okay.
I would have to say Thunderbolts because that's going to be the make or break for the next decade of the movie.
Thunderbolt is make or break.
Why would you think that?
Because Thunderbolts is going to be the new. They're taking the Thunderbolts and they're going. This is going to be. I'm just seeing if are they going to take the Thunderbolts and make that the new direction of the MCU? Because let's say that movie makes $1 billion, they're going to be going, well, crap. Well, everybody loves the Thunderbolts. Crap. Okay, let's do this. Let's focus on them.
Kind
Whereas
of.
if it doesn't do well, they're going to be going, okay, the Avengers it is. Then we're going to try and get that back up and going.
Then every movie is make or break. Every movie has that potential.
Well, no,
except
because
Black Panther, because they can make $1 billion and they'll kill the main character.
Again, even if the Fantastic Four makes $1 billion, they're not going to make the Fantastic Four replace another team. Whereas I think the Thunderbolts, if the Thunderbolts do well, I think they will replace the Avengers.
Gotcha. 28.
I don't think they'll replace the Avengers. I think we'll still get the Avengers because they're going to do like Avengers versus X-Men. You know that's coming, right? You know we're also going to get maybe Avengers versus Thunderbolts or something like that.
Yeah.
So,
again, how far in the future is the X-Men going to show up for them to be in Avengers versus X-Men?
probably after Secret Wars.
You think so? Really, that quickly?
Yeah. I think that they're going to start resetting stuff after Secret Wars, right? And then because that way you can start to do some of these storylines that they've been dying to do in the comics. So I think they're gonna find a way to reboot or soft reboot everything after Secret Wars.
Why did Deadpool and Thor have that crying scene in the TVA?
Yeah, that was. I honestly expected the after credit scene to actually address that, and I was kind of pissed that they didn't.
And the answer to this question is known by Ryan Reynolds. He said in an interview he knows why. Why? Did somebody die? Did he? Because he's not supposed to die. He's supposed to have this healing factor. How the hell could he be crying like that?
It was. I think it was a red herring.
I think that we're gonna see that scene. I think it will not be a red herring. It's gonna happen for sure, and we'll get the context during the movie Doomsday.
Movie though.
Avengers Doomsday. It's a crossover movie because you got both of those characters in the same movie. It's gonna happen in Avengers.
Okay.
It'll be Doctor Doom. That's my theory. Anyone want to have a better theory than that? Thor was crying because the Mad Max Furiosa box office flopped. Sure.
I'm not sure what the scene will be or why, but yeah, I do think they're going to show it. I think they're probably just going to play it off as a joke, right? Because you have Thor, who has been kind of silly for these past couple of movies now, and then you tie that in with a silly character like Deadpool. Yeah, they're going to try and have some comedy gold there. So
I have a feeling it's probably going to be forgotten I think they're going to just ignore it like they've done other big scenes.
29. Jaded, are the Inhumans on the moon? They should be.
Have the Inhumans been introduced in the MCU? I just thought they were just introduced in a TV show.
The ABC show.
Yeah.
Yes. Are the MCU canon Inhumans on the moon, and that's why we haven't seen them? I say yes.
Inhumans on the moon. Well, they should be. They should be. But God knows what the MCU is going to do.
They're on the moon.
They got a dartboard, and they got all 10 planets and all the various moons, and they're going to take a dart and they're going to throw it, and they go, okay, that's where the Inhumans are. Yeah, they'll put the Inhumans on Mars if they want to. They don't care.
And the Inhumans in Doctor Strange were in the 838 universe, not the MCU. Fun question. No one cares about the Inhumans, clearly. Or maybe it's because there's only 3 of us and it's not enough. But
no, you know what it is?
What?
I think because of that show, right? Like if you watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I think they did the Inhumans very well. But when you watch the actual Inhuman show, that show was absolute garbage, man. It was so bad. And I think that's why people don't really care about the Inhumans that much.
I was just never a fan of the Inhumans, even in the comic books. Like, I mean, Medusa, Gorgon, Other than Black Bolt, that was the only cool character, and he never said anything. All of the other members of the original Inhumans in the comics, I didn't even care about them anyway.
For question number 30, I put up a poll on my live chat, and I asked the people, will Cloak and Dagger ever show up? And most of you guys said no to this
Really?
poll. I'm not going to close it yet. There's only 7 votes, so let's get some more votes in there. And let's ask you the questions, panel.
Well, I think they'll show up in the Daredevil TV show, but not in the MCU movies. Like a little casting, like a little cast. Introduce them in the TV show because they really are appropriate for the Daredevil TV show, and give them like a 2 or 3 episode storyline, and then see how it goes.
The show they had with them wasn't really that bad, so I think, yeah, we could get them in some sort of form. I'm more with you. They'd probably show up in a TV series more than an actual movie, but I do believe they'll show up, yes.
There would be a great surprise for a TV show. You don't need much, but that would be, oh, look, Kamala Khan is friends with Cloak. And
oh, no, don't do that.
Fine. However you do it, he's a teleporter, and that's kind of cool. I think you introduce Cloak first, you get Dagger in the next episode, and boom. Like, at least it was a surprise, something to keep us interested in episode 5, you know, in between in between the series beginning and ending. Yeah, you make them show up there. They're very likely to show up because of the TV.
Mm-hmm. And I don't mind them, you know, bringing in a character in a TV show, you know, at least building the character up, making the character good, and then maybe giving them their own show. I'd be okay with that as well.
You think that they have interest in TV anymore, though? I think they're cool off of TV shows now.
Well, no, if they're good.
You don't think Marvel's interested in doing TV shows that much anymore?
In the last 2 years, we only learned about Daredevil, Born Again. That was in a Comic-Con 2 years ago. This year Comic-Con, they didn't tell us about a new TV show they were doing. They've had 2 years to tell us about a new TV show, and they haven't. They just kind of spread apart the shows. They still never officially announced Wonder Man, and that was in development, and it's already been filmed. They're really not trying to be into TV anymore, because if they were, they would have gotten all these shows would have been released by now. They're stretching Ironheart, stretching the release dates of the TV shows. They're cool off of TV. It doesn't bring money. It doesn't sell toys. It's just this thing that we spend. And when kids are going to be the reason Disney Plus sells, it's not about the adults anymore, and they know that.
You see, I agree with you that they may be cooling off on it, but I don't think they're done with it. I just think with what they're doing now, because even with their movies, they're not putting out as many movies a year, right? So I think they're probably cutting back and stuff like that. But I do think you'll get maybe 1 or 2 new shows a year because they need content for Disney Plus. They will always need that type of Marvel, Star Wars.
$50 million an episode type shows. That's all.
Yeah.
You don't need content that badly.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, Disney Plus does. Yeah, it does.
Yes, they do, because they need to get people to streaming. The streaming service gold bonanza that everybody thought it was going to be didn't pan out the way they all thought it was.
Okay, you don't need content that is expensive that badly.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. $50 million an episode shows. That's all.
These 20 million episodes are crazy.
Okay, and besides, I hate to address the elephant in the room, but if Disney Plus is all about representation, they damn well better have Cloak in there.
Listen, I don't think Supercell.
That's why they're not going to do it. That's why they said, nah, we don't do that no more. T'Challa was an accident, and we're not going to do it again.
They're not going to run the risk of people actually liking Cloak.
Yeah, they won't have that happen, and that's why Blade is on the outs. Yeah, Onzo.
I was gonna say that. Actually, forgot what I was gonna say.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
It's okay.
Somebody said someone died on set of Wonder Man. That should justify them Batgirling that show, and it seems like they are already doing that. They aren't doing it. You can Batgirl cancel a movie. The show's already paid for. It's 6 weeks of content or 8 weeks of content. I don't know. Because how do you justify? How do you go, government? We need our money back for this show. Oh, how much money were you gonna make with it? Oh yeah, I'll show you. Agatha Harkness, she got us this much money, and the government's gonna be like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. No,
yeah, I don't see how you're gonna pull it off as a tax write-off.
Yeah,
yeah, and I don't think they should have even like canned Batwoman the way they did. Bring it out, let it make some money. Yeah, it may have flopped, but at least you're getting something. You know what I mean? You got nothing for this movie, so I don't know.
Long comment from this real account who definitely is not a shit disturber says Disney has slapped with a $36,000 fine after a worker on the series Wonder Man fell to his death. A lighting technician named JC.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. I remember that. Yeah,
I didn't even know.
He died February 6th through a rotten catwalk at stage 3. So thanks for copying and pasting that, you little AI fake comment bot heel lurker. Like, you know, I know when a comment person is real or not. I know aggressively relaxing is a real person, and I can tell how phony this guy is here. Anyways, art made for people who are not me shouldn't be made. No, we're talking generally, and we're talking numbers. Like, if I'm making fun of the Acolyte and saying no one's watching it, yeah, it's not for me. But like, not enough people were watching it to warrant a season 2. That's generally.
Here's the problem with that aggressively relaxing. If that was the case, you never would have gotten the Kamala Khan TV show, and you would have never gotten Ironheart, and this guy would have been pissed.
No, I'm good. I'm good on Ironheart. The fandom is gone.
The fandom is gone.
It has expired. Tony says, if they brought back Cloak and Dagger, will be a recast for the same actors. I think you'd have to keep the same actors. It's not like they have a lot of options and they'll be really expensive and their agents are going to hardline and say, you got to give us $7 million or else. Like, I think you can get these guys.
Yeah, they were cheap. You know what I mean? You could get them for cheap, which gives you a little bit more money for a budget if you ever decided to do a show. So I would definitely bring them. And they weren't bad. They weren't bad. Yeah.
I'm a real boy. If you prick us, do we not bleed? Now, here's the thing about you, though. You've been so active.
A bot. Don't argue with a bot, Killmonger.
I guess I'm arguing for the audience. Oh, okay. Because earlier it was, this actress will appear in Captain America, portrayed by Shira. In the light of the Israeli-Palestine war, Marvel will change her origins to avoid perpetuating harmful stereotypes, address concerns about her portrayals as an Israeli agent. And I'm like, that's such an Israeli bot. Like that's why you want me to talk about that?
Nobody on our streams talks like that.
You know.
There'd be a lot. Okay, hold on. If they did, there'd be a lot more racism in that comic. But believe me.
Number 29. Will Cloak and Dagger ever show up? Here's 31. Why is Batista done with Drax?
Oh, that's easy.
Oh, really? What?
James Gunn.
Oh, really?
James Gunn is not involved. So he said because even when they fired James Gunn, he wasn't going to do it until they brought him back. So
really? Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I also think that he wants to be known as a real actor and doesn't want to just be stuck into these roles like that. So
he's someone who retired from wrestling early. He's saying goodbye, being poor. It's not something he fears, as he said in interviews.
Oh, heck no. I'm sure he's well off.
Oh, side note, I forgot to close this poll. Will Cloak and Dagger ever show up? More people said yes than said no. Thanks for participating in this poll. 56% of you guys. So it changed. Remember, it was leaning towards no earlier. Mm-hmm. And so appreciate that. But yeah.
It's almost like I'm an influencer of some sort.
Yeah.
No. You see the bias of Chill. Chill said he's going to leave it up for a few days. And then the minute it got past yes, he was like, okay, I'm going to turn it off now. You see there, guys? Look.
He got the result he wanted.
Yeah. I said, okay, that's it. I'm closing up.
Why do you guys hate me like this, huh? I thought we were cool. 31. Back to this Batista question. James Gunn had his little a problem with them, and all the actors had a backbone. They said, we're not even going to do the movie if we don't have James Gunn. And I think they meant it. They would have breached the contract. There would have been, a lot of trouble. I would have wished the actors did that for Black Panther. But anyways, here we go with Batista. He's done. Like, he tried it. When you do 3 movies plus the Infinity War, when you do this character 4 times, you're kind of cool.
Yeah.
You have your name brand.
Really. I does that actually apply to Chris Evans, RDJ, Chris Hemsworth? I mean, they also have had, multi appearances, so it doesn't really.
Yeah, but all of them at one point said they were done too, right? Chris Evans said he was done. Robert Downey Jr. said he was done. But the thing is, like, even though you say you're done, you got a couple of zeros to that paycheck, and I ain't done no more. You know what I mean? That's exactly what happened.
Fine, I'll come back for another movie.
Yeah, I'll do 2 more. Okay, you.
And it's going to be for the fans, bro. It's going to be for the fans.
Yeah,
Right.
Get the gun away from my head. I'll do it. All right, I'll do it. You pay me how much? All right, man. You pulled my leg. I got it. Okay.
You back up into my backyard? Yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Number 32. What does success look like for Wonder Man?
Just getting on a platform. Because I don't know if we're gonna see it yet.
Finalizing the actor, maybe, I guess, would help.
What did you say? Advertising the actor? What?
Finalizing the actor. Did they already finalize the actor?
It's filmed. Yahya Abdul-Mateen.
Oh, okay. I thought we were still going. I didn't realize they had already filmed it.
Oh, you didn't even know that they race swapped the actor?
No.
Here we go.
That'll be
Hold
fun.
on. What was it supposed to be?
Here we go.
Simon Williams is supposed to be a white guy. You know. But the same guy who played Black Manta in Aquaman is the actor that they chose.
Good choice.
Okay, I'm good with that. I'm good with that because I like that actor.
Yeah, good choice.
So
I know, yeah. Like, I honestly, if it was either him or the guy that played Hawkman, those two, I would have no problem with those 2 guys.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So you think when race is not integral to the role, you think that you can race swap? Is that what you're saying?
Wonder Man. It's Wonder Man. It's Wonder Man. Please, come on. It's not Spider-Man. It's Wonder Man.
Good job, Jade. Good job, Jaded. I like you tonight.
Now watch them use that casting that they just did and go, see, we have black characters. See.
Hold on. You also have to remember, okay? I was the same guy that cheered James Duncan as
Michael Clark Duncan.
Yes.
I was the same guy that loved Michael Clark Duncan as Kingpin. So
facts.
And you have to, if you're just getting an actor that hasn't proven himself to me, then I'm going, okay, that's useless. But I'm sorry, those 2 black actors, they've proven themselves.
I don't care what you've proven, how good you are and talented you are. The characters are eternal. And if these characters, who will return to be played by white actors one more time, if they're preventing new characters from who are actually of these original backgrounds, who are not like race swaps, if you at Marvel Studios are gonna say, well, we're doing enough, so that's why we don't need to launch Blue Marvel, and that's why there doesn't need to be another Black Panther. When that happens, then these are destructive tactics, and I don't like it at all. And it's temporary representation. Losers. We are saying these no aggressively relaxing. We are saying these art projects should be worried about their return, not that we are mad certain types of shows are coming out. It sounds like you're arguing with yourself.
Yeah.
Are you both accounts? Are you this account and you're this account? The director feeling like he achieved his vision and everyone who works on it having a good time. That would be considered a success. I'm looking for numbers. I'm looking for toy sales. I want to know, like, is the Samba or the Nielsen ratings, if it reaches top 10 status every single week, or if it dips out like Acolyte did. Like, what number is if it's the number 3 show on TV every week? Is that a success? I think that would be a success. The number 3 show.
So it's going to be a TV show.
It's a TV show, yeah.
Oh, okay. Again, the success is how much buzz it gets online. That's how it's going to be measured.
Well, for example, right? Especially when it's on streaming services and they don't really give us a number, so we don't always know what views are, what the success is. But when they say, like, for example, Supercell was the number 1 streaming show on Netflix for whatever time, I think that's a success. Same thing with Rebel Ridge, right? It's number 1 streaming. So I think that's a success.
Sure.
It was number 3 for me today.
Yeah, when it was a couple weeks ago, it was number 1, but now it's down to number 3. Yeah.
That's what's up. I'm gonna check it right now, actually, live while we're here. New popular. I'm not even sharing my screen. It says it's the number 3 show.
Yeah, number 3. That's still a success to me, even if it's okay. So I'm sure it was at number 1 at one point, but even at number 3, that's still a success. Yeah.
Eric in the building. They took the same approach with the Eternals, and look what happened there. These characters are already established. Stop race swapping and use real black characters. I'm tired of the lazy attempts of divert.
Sorry, Joe. Go ahead. I didn't know he had to. Go ahead.
He raised the attempts at diversity. Give us something real, something of substance.
Yeah, like the Cloak and Dagger TV show. Absolutely.
So that's not the reason why Eternal flopped. Eternal flopped because the movie was just garbage.
It was boring.
It was garbage. It had nothing to do. You see, and that's where I agree with you, Chill, because when they do that and it doesn't do good, then they blame it on the race swapping, right? Oh yeah, it's because you guys did this and that. But no,
yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah. It was a bad movie, but that's it.
The one sin an MCU movie, especially during that era, the one sin an MCU movie cannot have is be boring. You can't be boring.
Sometimes. I was gonna make a joke, but I
go ahead,
make
a joke. No, make the joke.
I was gonna say sometimes I just wanna.
With some of those movies, yeah, for real.
With a lot of those movies,
some of them you just don't like anything, Jaded. But yeah.
The final question of 33 Burning MCU Questions is, what is Kevin Feige doing right now? And he is one of the 16 viewers who are participating in this stream. He's in the live chats. He's just like, he probably voted for that poll that we put out for Cloak and Dagger. And he's like, hell no. But Kevin Feige right now, that's what he's doing. He's over there in California going, what are these YouTubers talking about? Let's watch Killmonger. That's what he's doing. Jaded, what's Kevin Feige doing right now?
He's wondering, how can I screw up the original comic book storylines and see how much I can get away with it by these noobs who don't know anything about these characters?
All these Beau DeMayo writers who want to put in real things and real comic books and adapt them. Yeah.
How do I screw up characters even more than they actually are? That's what he's thinking.
What's he doing right now, Bigford?
Counting his money. That's what I'd be doing. That's what I'd be doing. I'd be counting my money. I wouldn't be watching Chill.
I know what Kevin Feige's doing. He's getting up off his knees and saying, "Thank you, RDJ."
Eternals, because they swapped every character. Now, one was true its comic counterpart. Separating its flop from the terrible choice of writing and casting is disingenuous. Kevin Feige's with Joe Rogan. Sean Bartley, this is Comics Pal Sean. He says, there's literally no way you could possibly know Eternal swap because of swapping characters. I don't want to do the race swap thing.
Exactly. No, you're right. He's right, though.
No, they're saying that the MCU is blaming that for why it flopped. We're not saying that that's why it flopped. We're saying the MCU will go, that's why it flopped. They'll use the fact that it was diversity as opposed to the fact that it's a shitty movie.
No, but Eric is saying it. That's why it flopped, is because of the race. And I'm like, no, you can't say that, because go watch the Batman where they race swapped to Gordon. That made money, right? So it has nothing to do with that. If they would have made a good movie that people enjoyed, they would have went. People would have still went and go seen it. It's just the movie was garbage.
Okay, here's the thing about race swapping. You have to actually know the race of the original character to know they race swap.
So they don't even know?
Facts.
99% of you had no idea who the Eternals were.
Exactly.
5% of you didn't know who the Guardians of the... They could have race swapped. They could have made Rocket Raccoon a chipmunk, and 99% of you wouldn't have known.
Facts.
So please. Okay?
Facts.
Please.
Facts. You're correct, Jaden.
Yeah, you're correct. You're sure that you guys are correct. I'm waiting for Eric's comeback, and I'm waiting for.
I'll even give you another example. In the She-Hulk TV show, they race swapped the Wrecking Crew. Nobody noticed. Nobody knew.
Mm-hmm.
They race swapped two of the characters in the She-Hulk TV show. And what were all you guys bitching about? Oh my God, She-Hulk was twerking. So please,
that wasn't me. No,
I
don't have.
None of you give a rat's ass about race swapping because none of you know anything about your characters in the first place.
Kevin Feige's buying a new hat labeled Avengers Page. Remember when the question was about Kevin Feige, everybody?
Yes.
What we do know is that it was reviewed poorly, and people by large didn't enjoy the movie. Eternals and She-Hulk. Buying a new baseball cap. Please God, who art in heaven, let my next project flop like the Eternals did. Amen. That is not what he's doing right now.
You don't want no more flops. I'm
sorry, I didn't realize.
Right, exactly. All of a sudden, people are huge fans of the Eternals and know about the comics. Yeah, same with Taskmaster, right? Meanwhile, Marvel can't even keep an Eternals book on the stands, lol. The Romani are Indians, not white. I don't know what you're even talking about.
I don't even know what that even means.
I can and have. Comparing swapping Commissioner Gordon to the Eternals is a false equivalence. I think that we cannot resolve this over live chat. I think Eric needs to be here on the panel talking, and so do you guys. And Eric, if you have a few minutes, there's the invitation link for Eric only. And Eric, if Eric wants to join and give his take on it, or if you don't, just say so that you can't join. But we're done. We're 33 questions deep. We finished the stream.
It all depends if Killmonger wants the stream to last another half an hour to an hour.
I want it to go.
Oh no, it's not gonna last that long.
Just guys, if you guys can do a 10-minute back and forth, that's all. And if he can't join, he'll say so right now, and we'll end it.
I am so known to getting things resolved in less than 10 minutes, please.
But I want to hear him. Maybe he can resolve. Maybe he'll change his mind in 10 minutes. That doesn't happen on the internet.
No. People rarely change their mind on certain things, you know what I mean? So
someone said, "Can I join?"
Yeah, Halarker asked if you can join.
But you're not a real person. Yes, you can join. Hilarker, you can for sure. You can join.
So
hear an automated voice.
So here's the thing. That is again what the problem is with the movie is because they actually, marketed as the first gay kiss in Marvel and this and that. That's the problem. When you market a movie on your so-called agenda, it's never going to work, right? If you don't even mention it, if you just let the movie play out, it'll be a better vibe. People won't say, oh, you're forcing it down our throat, but it's because of the way they market it. That's why. But at the end of the day, like Jaded said, like nobody knew who Eternals was. And you were talking about, so maybe even us on the panel or people in the chat may know. The regular person had no idea that these characters were race swapped. Right. No idea.
None of you. Sorry.
Eric said that he can't join because of the mic issue. I'll give you one more chance because you can join on your phone if you're using a smartphone. And if you're not, then that's the end of the stream. I don't want to neglect Aglax. This is only a criticism you can lay at the feet of the productions you perceive as having a bunch of money. Otherwise, it's that little girl did a good job as Abraham Lincoln, you morons. No, I know what you mean. I think I know what you mean. If this was the school play and it happens that the best actor doesn't match the likeness of the character, I guess the school play, there's only 20 people who are in the classroom. Like, I get it. Anyone can play anyone for sure. But when it comes to these marketable, these hugely widely marketed shows, I want the characters to continue the way that they were created and it to be iconic. And that's why I'm against race swaps.
Yeah, but again, it's It's the degree of race swap. Because as an example, let's say a character, okay, the guy that played Hawkman in Black.
Aldous Hodge.
Okay, I'm sorry. Was he supposed to be a Thangarian? Like, was the actor supposed to be a Thangarian?
Well, but
No.
his skin tone. That's what we're talking about.
Okay, and that's the problem. When you say race swap, you don't mean race swap. You mean color tone.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, you're right. We don't mean race swap.
Okay, because you're going. Yes, the example of a little girl did a really good job as Abraham Lincoln. Okay, you're referring to gender and you're referring to black or white. But so I'm saying, oh, why didn't you get why? So in other words, okay, so Professor X, they should have hired a crippled guy.
Facts.
No.
Sorry. Why not? Oh, he's an actor.
I only care about skin tone. I don't care about. I swear to you guys, man. This.
I told you.
We went a direction I don't want to do. Sometimes I want to talk about race swapping and that kind of stuff, and sometimes I just want to ask 33 burning questions. And I ended with, what is Kevin Feige doing right now? Kevin Feige is enjoying the shit out of this right now. He's like, yeah, let's get him. Yeah. That's what Kevin Feige is doing right now. He's seething on his teeth. Shout out to everyone who's here. Kevin Feige, remember to leave a thumbs up. Everyone else, leave your thumbs is ups. Sean wrote something long. He said, if Eternals were a good movie, people would have gone and seen it. Nobody gave a... I disagree with that. It was advertised.
Yes, that's exactly right. That's exactly what they did. They changed the characterization of every character from the Guardians. Here's the problem. I think I was the only person that knew that. Okay? None of you knew the character. Okay, hold on.
No, you're right.
The characterization of every single person there. Okay, who knew that? 1% of the goddamn audience knew that.
Now, in November of 2021, which was a month before Spider-Man almost grossed $2 billion, when that was a time when people were thirsting for a Marvel movie. Shang-Chi just came out. No, I'm wrong. I don't know. It only got 400 million. I would say that the names are not marquee. The Eternals isn't special. You can't just slap Marvel on something and people will come. Clearly, as the Eternals has taught us. It would have made more money if the Eternals were the X-Men, if they were known, if they were a brand. And that's why it got what it was what it was going to get. And they shouldn't have spent that much money on that movie, knowing that they were the Eternals and the return wouldn't be there. For Deadpool and Wolverine, of course they could spend whatever they wanted. The return would be there. Except for Gamora, and they got 3 hugely successful movies out of it.
Yeah, because again, people enjoyed the movie. They didn't care about the characters.
They straight up said that they changed the characters for the sake of representation. It was part of their advertising. They said that to the normies.
Right.
I respect Chill's direction. Sorry for bringing this up. Now we're good. It's true. All of the most successful movies of all time have touted how inclusive and nice their production is. Anytime you're ready to get to that point, Eric, that would be great. You guys are fighting each other. I'm good. Thanks for everyone coming.
Hold on. You missed. Go up one. Go up one comment.
No. Skip that one.
AI has finally been achieved, ladies and gentlemen. AI has finally been achieved.
I'm sorry, what?
Ain't nobody listening to Jaden. But we got some breaking news today.
Uh-oh.
Bo DeMayo's hired?
No. Diddy has been arrested.
Whoa. What state?
Yes, Manhattan.
Whoa. What was he What the hell was he doing back there? You better what?
Yeah. Diddy. He's been arrested.
Puff Daddy.
For
what?
Everything.
I don't know what he was arrested for.
Actually, no.
Actually, we'll lose money if we say exactly why P. Diddy.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now.
I'm about to hit backstage.
I get it.
Yeah.
Nerdman said, "Give me the link." You're not getting no link.
Too late, Nerdman.
Do you want it? No, we're not doing that. So I appreciate everyone for coming through. Like all of us, Jaded. What's the name of your channel?
The Jaded Fanboy.
Yeah, why did you change your name then to Jaded One?
Someone, I ended up going on a stream and someone said, "Oh, look, it's the Jaded One," and I went, "Oh my god, I like that."
Oh, okay. I think I remember that.
understand. I'm an egotistical son of a bitch. So of course I'm gonna pick this thing. Come on.
Okay, and Biggerford Entertainment, that's your channel?
Yes, you guys know where to find me. Appreciate it. Definitely we'll be talking about this on Wednesday in the OOC, so make sure to check that out.
Yep. Appreciate and hey, look, the Sean, his channel is called The Comic Spells. Go check him out. We're out.
Peace.